All right, and we are live. Welcome, everyone. This is the brand new podcast for Mr. and Mrs. 757, Rico and Cordy Gonzalez, Realtor. Whoop, whoop.
Hey.
See, now you can see us live. Now you can see what we actually look like. So this is our first time doing this broadcast type uh, video slash audio, and we're kind of testing out equipment. So just bear with us. But right now, what's cool is we got a little scrolling through the bottom part. It says our phone number is there. So if you feel the need to give, it's like if you feel the need to give us a call, whether you want to buy or sell real estate, give us a shout right there. So we're in 2023, babe.
Yes, we are. Happy New Year,
Happy New
everybody.
Year, everybody. So 2022 was awesome, wasn't it?
It was.
We had a great year, a record-breaking year as well. And now this first podcast of the year, this is actually episode 30. We've done 30 of these things.
Wow, that's crazy.
I counted them up. So this is episode 30. We're going to be talking about the market pulse for 2023.
Okay.
Now, with the market pulse, we normally get the data from a month ago. So that's what we're going to start with. And today's been a busy day, actually, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah. Made our phone calls in the morning. What else are we doing today?
We drove out to Suffolk,
Drove out to Suffolk.
did a video tour,
Yeah, did a video tour over there.
did a listing appointment.
Got the listing. I know I got it. Just waiting on the signatures. So you guys look out in Suffolk. We got 2 new listings coming up in the next couple of days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are going to be good. They're going to sell quickly. And then we drove all the way back down to the office, set up this equipment, and we're doing a podcast now.
Yep. And a few other things in the mix.
Earlier today, dropped my son off at the airport, so he's going to March. So,
Aw, y'all pray for him.
yeah.
His best bud is gone.
Yeah. I did do a rock, paper, scissors before he left back to
Oh, yeah.
Ohio. And I am currently the champion here. So
That's nice.
take that, Theo. Anyways, let's get right to business.
Okay.
All right. So peep this out. This is the RAIN market summary, as you can tell here. This is information from December 2022. We're now in January 2023. And here we go. The
Okay,
market
so
summary.
quick question. Why is this always a month delayed? Like this data, this information. It always comes out a month late.
Right. Well, they don't have the January stats because January is not over yet.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah. Normally, the stats come out on the 10th of the month when all the information is plugged into the system. They give them enough time. So around the 10th of the month is when we actually get this. So this is current. Today is the 13th. It's Friday the 13th.
It is.
Interesting. So this is current. This is from last month. Now, last month data may feel different than this month's data because
Correct.
it's a month trailing behind, but that's why the media isn't always correct. They're going with a month behind. Courtney and I, we're the boots in the ground, so we know what's going on. But let's start here.
The media. That's a bad word.
Media is a bad word.
There's such a bunch of liars. I know. These headlines are insane to me.
Yeah, that's why we got to do this. We got to take the fake news and the fake stuff and make it real for you guys, what's really going on, for real, for real. Okay, let's start off. Active listings are 18.5%, 7%. Let's call it 19% from last year. So this is data from December 2022 comparing to December 2021. So they're actually up more listings on the market. What's that mean, babe?
More inventory, more choices to pick from.
As opposed to the last couple of years where, man, there was nothing on the market, right?
Right. But don't get too excited because 18% from last year is not like a ton of inventory, and it's still very, very thin.
It's trailing up, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It's getting better. It's getting better. 19% better.
So in December in 2022, there was 3,300 listings. 2021, there was 2,800 listings. So it's pretty good. More to choose from.
Hooray.
Hooray. Pending sales are down, though.
Dun, dun, dun.
Negative, we'll call it, I'm rounding up here, negative 31%.
Right. But again, it's not like a shell shocker because the volume that we were doing last year in these COVID times that were unusual were outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to be down 30% is not like super drastic. This is what we're seeing is the market is correcting itself. It's becoming more normal.
Exactly. Yeah.
No fear necessary. Nothing's collapsing. Nothing's crashing. This is going back to normal.
It also kind of tells me that some of these homes are staying on the market longer rather than homes being under contract within a day or two.
That's true.
Mhm. So let's move on. Settled sales, which means closing. Pendings mean, hey, we're getting ready to close.
Yeah, under contract.
Settled sales actually means these closed. The closings were down negative 35% from 2022 in December to 2021 December. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that's also can be attributed to the economy, number one, and number two, the interest rates have going up. So in the beginning of 2022, it was like it was a madhouse. It was a cat fight to get property of
Right.
any kind. And then come July timeframe, these interest rates started doing a dance and like going up, 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 up.
What do we start in the interest rates in 2022? Do you remember 3%,
I want to say they're somewhere around 3,
3.5
right?
maybe? Yeah. So by the time it hit December, we're looking at
7.
7%.
Yeah, it just depends on what kind of loan it is too. I mean, that all that matters. I've seen a couple just recently get qualified with 5 point something, which is excellent. That was a conventional loan. Now, if you're talking about an investment property, that's more on 7%.
Right.
So that different strokes for different folks, but that's kind of where we're at.
Right. And then we could get into the whole 2-1 buy down thing that sellers are offering to help get the listings, the percentage rates down a little bit. But the settled sales, you're correct about that. I totally agree with that. New construction is down 10% over last year, 2022 to 2021. New construction, I don't really see that as a metric. They always put it here. Why do they always put that as a metric, babe?
Well, it has everything to do with growth.
Okay.
So having
New
new
inventory.
construction, new inventory, things are moving. So more opportunities for people because as these baby boomers come into the market,
Mhm.
we need to be building. We need more new construction properties
I understand.
because we don't have enough homes for everybody, so to speak.
Gotcha.
So new construction is an important metric. And again, this is also, in my opinion, well, COVID just created this weird thing, but with materials and pricing skyrocketing, and then the interest rates going up too is a problem because you have people who went under contract with a new build and their payment was expected to be at this.
Right.
And then a couple months later, while they're in the process of building, the interest rate goes up, goes up, goes up, goes up. And now we're looking at a payment that's almost doubled that. We've seen so many new construction contracts fall apart because of the interest rate changing so drastically in a short amount of time.
True. Now, I wouldn't really panic about that because this is the market correcting itself. I think a lot of people during those last 2-3 years have been spoiled with
Oh
the
yeah,
craziness. So this
spoiled
is
is right.
This is normal. This is kind of where it should be.
Right, it is normal,
Right
but we
around-
should have more new construction if we're going to be able to maintain normal.
Gotcha. So to solve the challenge of balancing this thing where there, right now, what are we in the seller's market, right? Because of the inventory challenge.
Right, and it depends on what price point you're at too. Like
That's true.
if you're at 500K or less, you're in a seller's market.
Right.
If you're at 500K or above, you're in a buyer's market.
Yeah.
So it depends, but that's where we're at.
Everything depends on everything. And this is just for the Hampton Roads area.
Right.
Now, this is my favorite metric. Everyone's always talking about how things are going to crash, and that's what they're waiting for.
Right. And
Right.
there's a lot of buyers hesitant to purchase because they think that the values might drop.
Right.
And then they're in it, over their head.
Yeah.
Well, this is the perfect metric to show them that's not happening.
And the metric we're talking about here is a median sales price. In December, went up. It was $290 in 2021. In December, it's now the median sale price is $306,000
Right. So we're seeing values continue to move up.
at a 5% rate. So next year, if it trends the same way, another 5% up is going to go. What this means, guys, is values in real estate tend to increase. If you're looking or waiting for a market crash, it's not going to happen in our opinions, and I'll show you why. Today is nothing like it was 15 years ago,
Absolutely not.
right?
Right.
And let me show you. I got another. This is pretty cool. I love working with this thing here. I got another thingamajig here. Let me pull it up. Add stream.
I just want to say everyone has an opinion about where the market's going, what the market's doing. And I feel like if you live through the 08, 09 timeframe,
Yeah.
then okay, all of a sudden you know exactly what's going to happen. All right, Rico, school them on this.
So here we go. This comes from, I think, KCM, Keeping Current Matters, a major information website for real estate, and they do nothing but study
Data.
real estate data all the time. So today is nothing like it was 15 years ago. Comparing variables in the last housing cycle to today, specifically around 2008 is what they're talking about. So here's some key variables. The job cuts. Last housing cycle, 8 million job cuts happened. This current cycle, there's no job cuts happening.
Right.
Okay. So 8 million people are losing their houses. They ain't paying their bills.
Correct.
Losing their jobs. If they're losing their jobs, they're not paying their bills. Total jobs, household survey, 138 million. So 138 million had jobs in the last housing cycle. Now it's an increase of 158 million. So there's a big difference there. We're not having job cuts and there's more people working.
Right.
Okay. That means people have jobs to pay their bills.
Right. Totally different environment.
Right. Subprime loans. These are the crazy loans that people went under in their homes. They were very prevalent in the last housing cycle, meaning they're all over the place.
Right.
You could get 5 houses and don't have to prove that you make that much money back then.
Right.
Today, there's virtually no subprime loans.
No. They're going to look up your skirt big time. Yep.
Yeah. They want to know everything. How much money you got to pay? What kind of job you got? What's your social security? We're going to pull your credit. Blah, blah, blah. Which is good. That way they know they're lending money to someone that can pay it back.
Right.
Qualified. New construction. Okay, this is a new construction. Previous 5 years, 7.65 million new constructions in the last housing cycle. Now there's 4.6 million. We saw that in the last.
Yeah, that's like almost half of the amount. And again, this goes to the amount of inventory. So when people couldn't pay their bills and everyone was foreclosing, and it was like, I don't know if you ever seen that movie, Dick and Jane.
Yeah, one with Dick and Jane, when they start robbing people.
Yeah, like they work for Enron or something like that. And anyway, that's what I picture in this moment. But anyways, because they were building on top of that, there was just so much inventory and there were so many properties to choose from. Mm-hmm. Whereas in this pulse, people aren't losing their jobs and we don't have a ton of inventory to choose from.
Yeah, true that. Which leads us to the next metric here: inventory on the market. Last housing cycle, 3.8 to 4 million homes sell on the market. Now inventory is a challenge, 1 to 1.2 million. Right,
that's less than half. I mean, that's crazy.
So where are people coming up with the market's going to crash? It's correcting itself.
It's ignorance. Yeah, it's 100% ignorance.
Trying to educate y'all.
Plus, the media doesn't help.
The media does not help.
They just they know you have these fears. They know you're thinking these things, so they just add fuel to the fire and try and put these headlines together to get you all the clickbait. Keep you watching their show, and it's terrible. Shame on them.
It works for them, though, right? I mean,
it works for them.
Don't listen. I'm telling you guys, listen to us. Mortgage delinquency. That means people that are late in paying their mortgage. About 10% of the people were late on their mortgage the last housing cycle around 08. Now, about 3.6% of them are late on a mortgage. Okay. Homes in foreclosure, 4.6% of the homes were in foreclosure. This current market cycle, 0.6%, not even 1% of the homes are in foreclosure. So today is nothing like it was 15 years ago.
Right. Say it with us, folks. Today is nothing like it was 15 years ago.
When you think about it, what was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say.
That's okay. I'm going to say it again. Today is nothing like it was 15 years ago.
Yes. Okay. I got my thought back. So if you're waiting for a market crash, it's not happening. A market crash, right now we're in a correction. So a market crash is 30% below what the list price or what homes are supposed to be selling for. That's when you're under, what's it called? Underwater type thing. People, I don't want to own more houses, type thing. About 30%. Once you start seeing prices go below 30% of what they should be selling for, that's the market crashing. That's significant. Now, 10%, kind of like where we're at now, about 10% to 20% is like a normal pullback. 20% is more further, but 10% of what houses should be selling for, if you're seeing drop there, I think because of what we experienced in the last couple of years, it's just a correction in the market. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But now that we all know that, our next segment, let's see here. Oh, I messed that little scroll thing up. Let me change that scroll thing up. I'm playing with the technology for those of you guys listening. Here's what the actual experts are saying. I mean, we're actual experts. We're in the game, we're
Self-proclaimed.
self-proclaimed.
We are boots on the ground. We did do 12 million in sales this year in 2022.
Yep.
We have a
So
little bit of knowledge.
here's what the people you got there. This is what people are really saying outside of our expertise and opinion. Here is an article from Housing Wire. The red hot housing market of the past 2.5 years was characterized by sub 3% mortgage rates. That was dope. Getting a house for less than 3%.
Yeah. Congratulations. That was you.
And we were telling these people back in 2020 and 2021, you buy a house,
Right. But so many people didn't want to because it was so aggressive. They'd have to fight for it.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to fight somehow, right?
There's going to be some pro and con to
All
any
the
market
time.
pulls.
Let me continue. Fast-paced bidding wars. We did that. Record low inventory. This was like the perfect storm for a seller. Seller was like
Yeah.
the king at that moment, smoking his cigar, counting his dollars. Man, let me continue. But more recently, market conditions have done an about face. Okay. People talk about a shifting market. It's not shifting. It has shifted. This is the market we're at now. This is what the guy from Housing Wire is saying. Now is the opportunity for everyone to become re-educated about what a typical housing market looks like, which is what we're doing for you guys today.
Right.
Re-educating you.
You're welcome.
All right. What else we got, Courtney?
You want me to read a quote?
Yeah. Do the 2023 forecast from NAR. NAR is the National Association of Realtors.
Where do you see that?
The second one right here. Boom.
Oh, okay. All right. It says, while 2022 may be remembered as a year of housing volatility, 2023 likely will become a year of long-lasting normalcy, returning to the market.
Would you agree on that?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But again, it just depends on what price point you're at, because the lower the price point is, the more people in the pool,
That's
so
right.
to speak.
Listen to Courtney on this because these are national stats and these are people in real estate nationally. Courtney and I are more dialed down to this market here, Hampton Roads.
Correct. And Hampton Roads is not your typical, we don't fit into any cookie cutter mold.
It's weird over here.
We are almost like sheltered from any of what's going on in the economy a little bit, not 100%, but because we are in a military town and what are you doing?
Just messing around. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, we're in this military town where people come in and out on a regular basis. We're just not the norm, and with these the average this, the average that. We're always above average or below average, depending on what they're talking about. But anyways, it goes on to say, NAR goes on to say, mortgage rates are expected to stabilize, hip hip hooray, while home sales and prices moderately what does it say? While home sales and prices moderate, excuse me.
Highs. I agree with that statement. Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah.
Cool. So some of these tips, look, we're looking at these for maybe the second time. You may and may not agree with some of these, but so far we're 2 for 2. Okay, Realtor.com. You guys heard of Realtor.com. Here's what the chief economist at Realtor.com says, Daniel Hale. Buyers will not face the extreme competition that was commonplace over the past few years. There will be competition. Extreme competitions like that one listing with 30 offers. I don't think it'll be that crazy.
Right. Well, I mean, there was one that came on the market just the other day, 2 days ago. It was listed. I saw it come up that night. I went to share it. 7 offers. They weren't showing it anymore. Hadn't even been 24 hours.
Why?
Because it was priced low, and it was in a pool where there's tons of buyers.
Right.
So,
Was it a fixer-upper or anything weird like that? It was a fixer,
yeah. but it was priced right, and like
Excuse me.
flies on poop. They were like, "Phew,"
Yeah.
and they all wanted in.
So that says something. It was a fixer-upper, so maybe investors are coming out the woodwork again.
Yeah, I think they are.
I think they are too.
Yeah,
If you're an investor, we'll hook you up.
they are, because we've been out there and it's been multiple offers on everything we've looked at.
Yeah. Got to compete. All right, so go ahead and take the next one, Court. This comes from the chief economist at NAR, National Association of Realtors. It's the next one in big black letters.
I see it. Thanks, honey.
You're welcome.
All right. He goes on to say, after a big boom over the past 2 years, there will essentially be no change nationally. Half of the country may experience small price gains, while the other half may see slight price declines. And again, it kind of spoke to Hampton Roads a little bit. We're not your average. We don't fit into any kind of mold. We're special.
We're special.
So I would say 2023 is we're going to see prices slightly appreciate.
Yeah.
Not like the past 2-3 years.
Yeah. Past 2-3 years.
Not that
like
extreme.
10% increase,
Yeah.
20% increase. That was nuts. I'm glad I went through it. I learned a lot.
Well, yeah.
I know what to
Learn
do.
how to throw these bows.
Did I mess up your train of thought?
Nope.
Okay. All right, last one. Chief economist at First American, wherever that is. This guy's name is Mark Fleming. All right, here we go. The housing market, once adjusted to the new normal of higher mortgage rates, will benefit from continued strong demographic-driven demand relative to an overall long-run shortage of supply. These remarks are very optimistic.
Right.
Which is it?
Yeah, I agree. But I'm on this bandwagon right here.
Me too.
Because the inventory is so thin, even though it's increased, and even though we're seeing homes sit on the market longer than they were.
Mm-hmm.
We would, in a normal market, we would sign a listing agreement for 6 months because it could potentially take 6 months to sell your home.
Yeah.
We're talking about homes are sitting on the market. We're talking about like 20 days. That's like not
That's normal. And that's a normal market, I would say.
I think it's still strong.
Yeah.
Like it's better than normal. It's still strong in my opinion. And again, it depends on the price point, location, those things. But
a lot of different factors. These are general things. All in all, it's very optimistic, and I agree. I think this is going to be a good year, 2023, to buy or sell.
Yeah, definitely.
I think housing prices will stabilize. I also think the rates, who knows what the rates are going to do. My personal opinion is they're going to stabilize as well. More people will realize that. People that are waiting for them to go back down to 2-3%, they're not.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Those days have come and gone.
Yeah.
That was an abnormality and an exciting time for those who took advantage of it. But it's not coming back.
For sure.
Yeah.
People that are waiting for a market crash, I don't think it's going to happen. So if you're waiting for those things, you might be passing up your investment opportunities to get yourself to a house, to make some money through it, through equity or investment opportunity. You might be missing the boat. Just buy. Just sell and hire us.
If renting is the other option, like it doesn't make sense to keep doing that. Like if you're waiting, I don't know. I've seen people recently.
Dude, there's some rents out there for $1,900. You could buy a freaking, $300,000 home according to what some of these other people are telling me.
Oh yeah, easily. But what I was gonna say was, and I lost it.
My bad.
It's all right. I forgive you.
It's all good. All right. So I appreciate you guys. We're going to do more of these podcast video style. You can catch them on Spotify. Anchor has it, audio. Apple Podcasts, you'll get the audio there. I think Spotify does the video as well, but we'll be putting this on our YouTube channel, which is also Mr. and Mrs. 757. So go ahead and subscribe to us there. That one is a work in progress. So I'm working on optimizing that there. So, but you'll see it. It's going to start to look good. Big ups to Bonte for hooking up with the logos over here. And you can catch me on Instagram. I got some good content there. My handle is at Rico7500. We're also on Facebook. Just look up Rico Gonzalez. We have a business Facebook page,
Mhm.
Mr. and Mrs. 757. Realtors, Rico and Courtney Gonzalez. Everything's optimized. And Courtney, what's your Instagram handle?
Mr. and Mrs. 757.
There it is. So you know where to find us. I appreciate all you guys and catch you on the next one.
Mhm.